Welcome to the Lightning Rod channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more videos. Do you believe that alien life will be discovered in the future? Here are some fascinating forecasts made by scientists working for the Swiss government. An astronomer from Switzerland named Sascha Quanz has predicted that within the next 25 years, we may find evidence of life outside our solar system. Today, we'll be discussing the Swiss scientist's claim concerning life on other planets in great detail. Who are aliens? Do aliens exist? It's a never-ending mystery that keeps us fascinated as humans even till today. Extraterrestrial life, sometimes known as alien life, refers to any possible form of life that exists outside of Earth but hasn't evolved here. There's a possibility that extraterrestrial life might vary from the simplest kinds of life, such as bacteria and archaea, to the most complex and possibly even sapient species. Extraterrestrial life may or may not be as sophisticated as life on Earth. The study of life in extraterrestrial environments is known as astrobiology. Do aliens exist? Since the middle of the 20th century, scientists have been concluding investigations with the objective of finding life in alien environments, and the subject has long been a focus of attention in the field of science fiction literature. There's no proof that extraterrestrial life has ever visited or even made contact with our planet, and it has never been discovered that life exists anywhere other than on Earth. Despite this, advancements in our knowledge of the universe continue to lend support to the concept that life elsewhere in the universe might exist. Scientists' latest prediction. A scientist working for the Swiss government has made some bold claims about the possible existence of life beyond our planet, and the logic behind the statements is rather compelling. According to a report on space.com, Dr. Sascha Quanz of the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology stated that humans are near to being in a position where they can pursue extraterrestrial life within the next 25 years. An earlier September statement by Quanz read, "In 1995, my colleague and Nobel Prize laureate Didier Queloz identified the first planet outside of our solar system. More than 5,000 exoplanets have been discovered so far, and more are being found every day. James Webb Telescope isn't powerful enough. Only a few out of the thousands of exoplanets that have been discovered are thought to have the capacity to support life. This is because the circumstances on their surfaces are suitable for the preservation of liquid water, and the number, according to Quanz, keeps climbing over time." The Swiss expert remarked that there is strong need to explore the atmospheres of these planets. "We need an observational approach that would allow us to take pictures of these planets," said the Swiss professor. According to Quanz, the James Webb Space Telescope is not powerful enough to view smaller exoplanets, since its primary mission is to collect photographs of stars. Despite the fact that it has previously discovered stunning images of one enormous exoplanet, its primary mission is to take images of stars. These remarks were made a day after the James Webb Space Telescope showed images of a gigantic gas giant roughly 12 times the size of Jupiter. The telescope, which was initially designed to locate and take photographs of the galaxy's most ancient stars, has contributed to the investigation of extrasolar planets in a number of ways, including the discovery of carbon dioxide and water vapor in the atmospheres of a number of these planets. Even more modern equipment than the James Webb Telescope are being developed. Even more modern equipment than the James Webb Telescope are now being developed, such as a mid-infrared imager and spectrograph, also known as METIS, will be included in the Extremely Large Telescope, also known as ELT, that's been constructed in Chile. The Extremely Large Telescope, ELT, will be finished by the end of this decade and will have a mirror that's 130 feet wide. The METIS part is being managed by Quanz and his group, a 25-year deadline to hunt ET. This is where two of Quanz's projects come into the equation. The first is a ground-based equipment that's been constructed as a component of the Extremely Large Telescope, and the second is an ESA mission to examine the atmospheres of exoplanets in order to search for signs of extraterrestrial life. According to Space.com, the Large Interferometer for Exoplanets, or LIFE mission of the European Space Agency, ESA, was started in 2017, although it's still in the early stages of development. The European Space Agency has not yet been granted either authorization or money for the project. The Swiss researcher described the LIFE project as a candidate for a future big mission under the ESA scientific program. This would be a significant step forward for the searching for extraterrestrial life or SETI community, which has received an extraordinary amount of attention in recent years. Everyone is more prepared than ever to continue the search for extraterrestrial life. Quanz has set a deadline for 25 years for the search for life outside of our solar system as part of his mission to discover alien life. He doesn't consider this goal to be overly optimistic. There's no guarantee for success, Quanz said, but we're going to learn other things on the way. The million-dollar question now is, are aliens real? It's a question that's been asked before, and the potential answers to it have been imagined and investigated in a great number of films, sci-fi books, and various other forms of media and culture. Some of the most prominent astrobiologists believe that within the relatively near future, we will either have discovered compelling evidence for the existence of extraterrestrial life, or we'll have banished the possibility of extraterrestrial life to the ever-shrinking edges of the cosmos, which are beyond the rapidly expanding reach of our observations. Any one of a number of projects that are actively searching for extraterrestrial life might provide answers to questions like these before the end of the 2030s. At that point, materials sent back from Mars will have made their way back to Earth. These samples may offer clear evidence that the red planet ever hosted creatures or that it does so even today. Both the moon Europa of Jupiter and the moon Titan of Saturn will have spacecraft sent to them that will search for indications of life either in the deep oceans of each world or, in the case of Titan, on the surface of the moon itself. And sophisticated telescopes, both on the ground and in space, should be investigating the atmospheres of possible livable exoplanets that orbit nearby stars. They should be looking for any planets that have the same biology-infused mix of gases as our very own alive planet Earth. However, even though certain astrobiologists believe that maybe their search will soon bear fruit, they're far less clear about how they will convey their accomplishment if and when it does occur. In light of the fact that their profession has a long and troublesome history of questionable claims and false alarms, how should they go about notifying the public that we're actually not alone in this universe? After all, they have been misled on previous occasions as well. Finding the answer to this issue may depend on exoplanets, but first, scientists need to determine what characteristics of these worlds indicate the presence or even absence of life.